Hey guys, and welcome back to GP Automotive and Diecast. Today I bring you this 2019 Lexus ES350. This model is equipped with the luxury package, and I pardon any wind noise that doesn't interfere with the video. So this is the luxury package, which means it's, I guess you could say, the mid-tier, but the way that this one's optioned, which is quite highly, it's almost close to the ultra luxury. And thanks to this helicopter, which we'll try to zoom in on, guys, interrupting our video. He's doing more important things than I'm doing, so I guess I can shut up. But here it is, and well, it's a very nice looking car. Okay, it's gone. So, no, just beeped at me. So, 2019 Lexus ES350 Luxury. And it's the Eminent White Pearl, which is a very nice color. It's very, very beautiful and very sparkly. It's very nice. It has the black interior with the black wood trim. It has the semi-aniline leather upgrade. It also has the headlight upgrade, and we'll go over some of those other things in later the video, but we'll take a quick walk around it. It's a very nice looking car. This one has the optional pinstriping, which is very nice. In my opinion, it's a very good looking car. Just finished detailing it too, so it's very nice and shiny. Looking inside, it's a very nice looking interior. This one retailed for about $50,000 brand new. This is a L certified vehicle currently. Beautiful leathers. Just, really very nice quilted leather with this thigh support that is power adjustable, power seats. Super, super nice looking. There's a look at the door panel before we hop inside and start it up. Of course, this will be my usual, startup with my exterior walk around. Sorry about the steering wheel. I'll fix that in just a second. But, yeah, we'll go ahead. What I have to do is have the key with the interior. I like to put it just right there for right now, and then hit the start-stop button to start it up. Very nice. Scoot that seat back a little bit just to get a little more comfortable. This one has the optional wood and leather grain steering wheel. The wood grain was the option. It's on the inner part of the steering wheel. It's a very nice steering wheel. Super soft too. This leather is very nice. All digital gauge cluster with the exception of these two temperature gauges your temperature gauge and your fuel gauge. The optional infotainment system. Very, very nice. I think that was an $1,800 option. So very nice. Go ahead and turn on this climate control. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and turn on the lights, the brights, and the hazards. Turn that steering wheel just a bit to give you a look at those wheels. Go ahead and check out some of the exterior features and design cues. Tell you a little bit more about this Lexus. So, this has, like I said, the optional $1,500 tri-beam projector beam headlights. With your L light right there, your what are those called? The DRLs, excuse me. And very, very nice setup, a very aggressive looking headlight design, and a very aggressive front end as well. It's also a very good looking one too, in my opinion. You have kind of these like wings of turn signals right here, which look very nice as well. It is a very big grille, but I think it does look very nice, especially in this white color. Have your chrome bands around the grille with your gray, main part of the grille is gray with your big Lexus logo right there. Little Easter egg right here, your Lexus logo right there. And of course you have your optional 18-inch wheels on these Michelin's Defender 2s. Probably not my first choice, because I would pick probably the Michelin Primacy, because it's a touring tire, but these are fine and they're brand new, so can't really argue or complain too much about that. 235/45 R18s. Good looking kind of silver and gray look to the wheels. You have gunmetal gray inserts with your silver main part, as well as your very nice looking mirror. It's a two-tone mirror, which you don't see too often. White at the bottom, black at the top, with your chrome and your turn signal right in there. Very nice. Pairs it very nice together with the kind of subtle chrome around the whole entire car. Very nice gray and black pinstriping. Your gray, or sorry, pardon that, your chrome striping band that goes all the way around. This one has some of the PPF paint protection film on the door and behind the handles, which is a very nice feature. It says it had the 3.5 liter V6, which I'll show you in a little bit, but yeah. No panoramic roof. That was a $500 option. This one has the normal sunroof, which I think is fine. Very nice. And coming back to the back, you have your kind of, I look at them, I don't know if this is how they designed them, but your kind of L brake lights, your Lexus logo, almost brake lights. They're all kind of 3 L's that come together with your turn signals right there. All LED lights all the way around and in the interior, so that's a very nice feature. This is a Sewell car. Shout out to them. They're a very great dealership. Go check out your local Sewell dealership. es350. They also made a 250, which had a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which could also be found in the Toyota Camry. Yeah, very nice looking car. I think it's a very good looking, aggressive, but also sleek and handsome car. And if you don't see in the background, there's the previous generation of the Lexus ES. A video on that. Actually, my first video, so go check that out if you haven't seen that one. So very, very nice looking exterior. So yeah, a little history about the ES. So like I said, there's that generation back there, and then of course this one, which is still being made today with a subtle differences, but overall the same car. But so they made this one from 2013 to 2018 with a revamp in 2016, yes. And before that, there was a previous generation. I'm not a super big fan of. I like this generation a lot. I think it's a good looking generation, but this one it hits the spot for me. I just really like it. So there was the base model ES with new Lux, I think it's what they call leather, and this one has the semi-aniline leather because it's the luxury package. Go ahead and check out some of the interior features and options and things like that. All your power windows, power locks, mirror cancel, or your window cancel and your mirror controls there. Memory seats, very nice black wood trim, leather and soft touch materials, all right here. Power seats with all your adjustments, very, very nice. Semi-aniline leather, your ES mats. Let's go ahead and shut the door. So yeah, it's a very nice interior, as you'd expect from a Lexus model. Go ahead and shut the hazards off, as well as the brights and the headlights. We'll go ahead and shut those off too. So a very, very nice looking steering wheel. The revamp interior is, very nice to get into. That has a very nice interior, but this is just a more modern, more artistic interior. All your controls right here for your volume, your voice command, your crash avoidance, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, which this does have. This has the blind spot monitoring and all of those very nice options. It has the infotainment upgrade. It has the headlights, miscellaneous things on the exterior, and has the power rear sunshade, which I'll show you on a little bit. And yeah, so it's it comes out, I think the luxury started at $42,000, and this one comes in at about $50,000 with destination. Very smooth power steering. Very, very smooth, actually. With your paddle shifters right here, which is, it's a Lexus. It doesn't really need paddle shifters, but you still have them, and they're probably horrible anyway. So, can't expect too much from that. But you still have them, I guess. I don't really know. But, yeah, this is actually pretty cool over here. You have these, kind of designs in these armrests, which is actually pretty cool, too. This kind of very nice silvery, I guess, gray for your window switches, which are all power. One touch as well, very fast. And they go all the way down. Sorry, it just washed it, so that'll be a little wet, but whatever. Yeah, so over here you have all your light controls, and you have your wiper controls over there. So you have, all your light controls there. And I guess we can go ahead and do a turn indicator noise. Little cheap feeling and sounding on that stock, but it has a nice turn indicator noise. See, hear that? Clank. It's fine. Most people don't pay attention to that stuff. The clicking is a very nice noise, though. And your gauge cluster too is also very, very nice, super modern, and I really like it. I really don't have any complaints with it. You can go through all your modes and audio, your cruise control setting, messages, and settings. This thing can virtually drive itself. You just have to kind of, put your hands on the wheel. You do actually have some modes too, which is surprising for a Lexus. You have sport mode. Changes the gauge cluster, similar to the LFA gauge cluster, which is kind of cool. Eco mode. Turns everything blue. Eco. I think that kind of dials down the air conditioning and stuff I don't understand too. More things, maybe some, I don't really know what all it does, but I know it does turn down the AC, and some other people might know. And then you push in for normal, and then you're back in normal mode, and your traction control off right there, which you're going to be using a ton, of course. I'm just kidding, you're never going to use that ever. I mean, maybe you will, maybe in some snow situations, but very nice center stack here with your screen, your Lexus clock. Still, they use that, and I still like it. Leather right here on the dash, which is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and move this key. I'll show you some of the little features in the center. So you have this kind of cool pattern right here on the infotainment system and climate control. Look at those numbers. They kind of scroll. Isn't that cool? And then also you have all your climate control buttons. Hey, take consideration of that other manufacturers. I like the buttons. I like having the climate control as a physical button. And a lot of manufacturers have taken away from that. And also some of them have come back to it. But please continue to use those buttons, Lexus and Toyota. I love them. Of course, you can adjust it in the infotainment as well if you'd like, but, whatever you want to do. I like the fan speed and stuff all right there. It's very nice. All your vents right here, very nice. That's the only hard plastic in this interior right there. Everything else is soft touch, which I think is very impressive. Stitching, which is very nice. This has the 8-speed automatic with sport mode, and of course you can adjust all your paddle shifters. Yeah, super sporty. No, it's not, but you still have it whenever. Reverse camera. It's okay. That's about all I can say. I mean, it's okay. It's a little sad for 2019, but as you know, Lexus is always behind with technology. They literally have been forever. You could, I believe, get an optional 360 camera, possibly. Maybe not in 19. It could have been when they refreshed it in 22 or 23 when they added the touchscreen with the mouse pad. But it's okay. You know, you have the guidelines and everything, which is nice. Some of the older Lexus models don't have that. But, you know, it's fine. So, yeah. So that's the infotainment with your... I'll go show you the radio. And I'll turn that right back down so I don't get copyrighted. But it's actually a pretty good infotainment system. And radio, you could get an optional Mark Levinson's audio, but this one doesn't have it. You know, all your usual stuff, your map and navigation's all back over here. Let's say right there. I think you can push this in, but whatever, there it is over there. And you can, you know, make it bigger and stuff, and it's a pretty good navigation system. All in all, the technology in this car is very nice and very quick to respond. Great looking, you know, front cabin of this. You have heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, stage, CD player. So evidently it's still 2010, but you have the rear power sunshade. Very nice feature. They've been using that for a while. That one actually has that as well. So very nice. Go ahead and check out this real quick, which this has the, oh yeah, I forgot about this. This has the optional wireless charger. That's $75. In the magic glove box that opens from both directions, which is pretty cool. Maybe a little cheap feeling. It does feel a little cheap feeling, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and check out the back seats. Yeah, that's about it up here. You have a sunroof, which I guess I didn't mention that one, but you know how a sunroof works. I don't think I have to explain that. You have your SOS button right there, which I really want to press really badly, but I know I shouldn't. Lights up here, which are all touch sensitive, which is actually pretty cool. Your mirror right here with illumination, of course, which is finicky sometimes. There you go. Very nice grab handles, kind of a textured pattern right there. Go ahead and oh yeah, I keep forgetting things. Here it is. There, your charger port with your phone holder, which is also kind of small. So some phones might not be able to fit in there, and you know, that's kind of a bummer. But you gotta make do with what you can, you know. And you never know with Lexus. Sometimes what they're designing and everything, but down here you have your trunk release, fuel cap release. And I guess we'll do that, and the trunk. It's also a power opening trunk, coin storage right there, tilting telescoping wheel, very, very nice. So, moving on to the rear seats. And it didn't shut. There we go. Okay, moving back here, very nice amount of room back here, same very good quality of materials back in the back. Stitching and wood continues on the rear seats with the semi-aniline leather, very, very nice perforations. It's like a couch back here. So go ahead and step inside. Oh, it's so nice back here. Man, it's so comfortable back here, guys. Super solid. I am about 6'2", and I have, but sitting behind myself at a very comfortable position. Tons and tons of legroom, guys. And surprisingly, a lot of headroom, too. You know, as a sedan with this slant back design, you would think it'd be a little less, but very, very nice. Vents down here with your charger port and everything. Very, very nice. Tons of room. Third seat with cup holders. And your rear pass-through right there. Very good looking interior. Super soft, comfortable seats. This car is very quiet on the highway. Very, very quiet. Very nice carpet mats too. Have a very nice looking design to them. Just a very good looking interior. This takes regular unleaded gas. No premium for this baby. And you have a decent sized trunk. It's a little bigger the rear seat room is a little bigger than some of its competitors, so it does lack a little bit in the trunk space. But overall, it's very nice in here. You have the first aid kit that's never been opened, so that's another very cool feature. This one has 30,000 miles. I forgot to mention that, so that's about 5,000 miles a year. Very low mileage on this ES. Very slow, but there we go. Very nice. We'll go ahead and check out the engine. So that's a 3.5 liter V6 that was used in that car and, well, many cars when you think about it. But it is a kind of newer, it's a revamped version of that same 3.5 liter V6. Has 302 horsepower, so very, very nice. And I didn't mention it, beeps to let you know if you left the key with you and you shut the door, if that made any sense when I just threw up out of my mouth. I'm trying to say is that if you leave the car with the key in your pocket, it will beep at you. So 3.5 liter V6 puttering away. Very nice, reliable engines. That one right there has 138,000 miles, and we've only had to do one thing. These CV boots, the end, nothing else. Great engines and great cars too. We'll see how this one does over, the test of time. But 302 horsepower, very peppy engine. Has the revamped version of that, which had like 220 something horsepower. I think 218. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was somewhere around the low twos, maybe the mid twos. But this one has a lot more horsepower, a little more modern, but still the kind of same basic-y, or that's not a word, but I just invented it. Engine. And they're good engines. I like them. They're kind of a simpler design, and this simpler stuff is good. It doesn't need to be all technology, tons of technology and all that crap, because it's gonna break, and when it breaks, it's gonna be very expensive. It doesn't need to be, my favorite quotes: "Don't fix it if it doesn't need." Wait, hold on. I just messed that up. Wait, hold on. Don't fix what isn't broken. There we go. There it is. Don't fix what isn't broken, because if it's not broken, why would you fix it? Why would you make another engine when you have a good one right here? There's no need. And also, if you like the safety aspect of cars, this did very well in the IIHS. It actually rated the top safety pick for 2019 by the International Institute for Highway and Safety, which is the big head of crash testing. So very, very safe car also. So it's a very, very nice car all the way around. There's not a lot of complaints, guys. There really isn't. So we'll go ahead and shut it down and I'll do the outro. I guess I'll show you the glove box too, which is also padded, which is a little bizarre, but you have your owner's manual in there, but we'll not get in there. It's the same owner's manual you expect, telling you all how to do stuff. But go ahead and shut it down. Easy exit, which is nice. Hey, this car isn't super exciting, but if you're looking for a very nice, not super expensive, I mean, it's kind of expensive, but it's just a simple, back to great, just V6s, none of that four-cylinder crap, which, let's be honest, guys, I mean, the Toyota Tundra is already having some issues, and even the forced induction, it's just not the same as these good old naturally aspirated engines. I'm not talking go back to all big V8s, even though Lexus did make a very good V8 back in the early 2000s, but hey, what's wrong with the V6? I'm not saying the four cylinders are a bad engine, because they're good. They're but when they break, guys, I don't know. You look in the engine bay on some of these cars, and it's like, yeah, I don't know what that and that and that is. You just, you point out stuff. It's like, what is all these hoses, or what are all these wires, or all this, And I know, but you can go in this engine bay and, oh, this is the, alternator and blah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blank. Some of these cars you get into, it's like, wow, what even is this, So, this is a very kind of simpler but modern car that is just super reliable, good looking, comfortable, very safe, and just an overall great car, guys. Just is. Put in the comments down below what you think about this ES, or that ES, or any of the generations of the ES, and what your opinion is on this model. And, you know, I've always liked them, and Lexus didn't disappoint with the new revamped model of this. So, thank you so much for watching, and put in the comments down below what you think about this, you know, this car, or any of the other Lexus ESs, or, you know, what your favorite is out of all of them, and what your opinion is on this one. So, you know, have a great rest of your day, and, you know, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. A lot of content like, you know, car reviews, real car reviews, and, you know, diecast stuff. I have a couple exciting diecasts that have come in, and a couple exciting real cars that I will review in the future are also coming as well. So, and also, thank you so much for almost, what is it, almost 500 subscribers? What was it? I think 500 subscribers, something close to that, 4 something. Thank you guys a lot. Really, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all of that support, and, you know, I love doing these videos, so thanks for all that, guys. So, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching.